Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So we are doing a self-love challenge for 30 days. And yes, I was doing a Deathment challenge 1 second ago, but hey, these challenges keep me coming back to Jules Blessed Vegan, and I like the accountability of showing up for you guys. So thanks for joining us. I am exhausted. It is not late, but I've had a lot going on. Tomorrow, I'll be driving a couple 100 miles, and I won't be home till 11:30 at night. So I'm going to go ahead and give the intention for both tomorrow and the next day, so you have a heads up on what to expect. I try and stay a day ahead. So today was actually day one. Today's actually day one, and it was to buy flowers for yourself. And I encouraged people, if they needed to just put an image of flowers, on their desktop, or to cut out an image or buy a pretty Hallmark card with flowers, if you didn't want to do actual flowers, which was fine, but to honor yourself in some way, and it was recommended flowers. All right, so that was for today. And tomorrow is to go sugar-free for the whole day. And that is difficult for a lot of people. It's truly difficult for most people if you do any prepackaged or processed food at all, because it's been proven that 76% of all products in the grocery store have added sugar. And there's some hidden added sugars and things that aren't necessarily sweet, like basic crackers, even if they're wheat crackers, right? Or like pepper cracked whatever. Like, by all accounts, they don't seem sweet, but they add sugar to enhance the flavor. Another very popular one is bread, almost any bread of any kind. Another is dressing, and of course, salad dressings, totally to the max, salad dressings. But also I was thinking pasta sauce, any sauce for pasta. They love to put sugar in there. My husband said his mom used to put a full cup of sugar in every batch of tomato sauce, and that's what made it so good. Tell me about it. Another one, of course, is yogurt. And a surprise one, which you just have to really watch for, is canned and frozen fruit. Canned and frozen fruit. The can is easy enough to figure out, but frozen fruit, that's just upsetting. Really watch those ingredients if you don't want to accidentally be consuming sugar. So I was going to give you some hot tips on how to understand the benefits of going sugar-free. And I'm going to, but let's go ahead and talk about the next day. So for Saturday, because I'm also driving a couple 100 miles, I'm going to try and go visit my nephew Dean. I'm going to like stuff down the hill. So there's a chance I won't get back in time for that one either. We'll see. I may very well show up for both and say, forget it, I blew everyone off. No. I mean, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I have to just push through, because I have a sister here from Colorado right now, and I'm so stoked she's here that we really want to go to that hometown Christmas parade. It's the one we grew up with, and we really want to go. Right away, my flags are up, because they literally said, oh, we're just going to have snacks and wine, and there'll be water available. And I was like, all of that is a hard no. It will be Friday night, and I can definitely indicate that I already ate on the way there. I can suggest that I'm fasting for Lent. Like, there's a lot of ways I can deal with it, but those were a couple of red flags for me. Snacks and wine. I was never a wino. I was a hard liquor girl. Thank you very much. All right, so tomorrow we're going to get through sugar-free, and I'm going to explain that in a moment. And then for the next day, it's write down 5 goals for the year. I always panic when I have to write down goals. To me, I wish it was the enthusiasm of I can't wait to succeed. It's usually the fear that I'm going to fail. It's really unfortunate, but because I'm doing a double video right now, I did take a moment. If you go up into Jules Blessed Vegan in the search, and you just put in short-term goals, long-term goals, SMART goals. I've done videos on them all. I've done videos on them all. Now I just need to live them. Okay, so one of my goals was to write a book. I have a lot of books on my mind. I'm going to start with some children's books, which I really love. And my goal is to actually write and produce a book for children. So good luck for that. Another is to continue to release weight. I'm not putting a number on it, but to continue to release weight. Another goal is to not obsess about my food. Not obsess about weighing and measuring and doing things like so totally perfect that I'm paralyzed. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to completely eat my plant-based vegan and raw vegan in particular. I will. But I'm just saying I don't want to be so controlled by it. I come from a very, I don't even know. I mean, obviously compulsive, obviously addictive, but just a obsessive mindset, So I kind of want to ease my life that way. I also want to make it a goal to just show more love, in every way. And not just for me, but what it looks like for the other person. What does it look like for the recipient? How can I still have boundaries? Like with my husband, who would prefer to just put me in his pocket and carry me around all day. How can I still have boundaries, but still honor that he needs a little more attention and affection than I'm used to, So yeah, I want to show more love, but in the way the recipient understands. And lastly, I want to strengthen my body. I really want to strengthen my body. Now, these were just 5 goals, and it didn't talk about the next step, which of course is making a plan for how you're going to achieve them. I just quickly wrote down 5 that came to mind because, again, I'm doing a double video. So write a book, release excess weight, don't obsess about my food, show love in the way the recipient feels that they're receiving it, and get strong. There was nothing more upsetting to me when I was being raped than to realize that I didn't have the strength to fight the person off. Oh my gosh. And of course, part of that was for being seriously intoxicated. But even if I wasn't intoxicated, I didn't have the strength. And then when I became extremely obese, I didn't have any trust in my body, right? I'd fallen so many times. I'd sprained my knees and my wrists probably about 8 times in a series of years. I just kept falling. And then when I was on the ground, I didn't feel confident to get up. And I just want that core and strength to just know that whatever comes, I'll just have my best chance. So that is truly a goal for me this year, truly. All right, let's go ahead and get into 6 really good reasons. 6 really good things that happen to you when you quit eating sugar. And again, it's a little tricky because they secretly add so many ingredients. Like in Weight Watchers, and I think Jenny Craig, and even in, well, I'm not going to generalize. Let's just say for some of those programs, they say that if sugar isn't in the first 3 ingredients, and for some people they say 5 ingredients, it's probably okay. But when you're provoked by sugar as a drug, the way I tend to be, it's not okay. It's never going to be okay. All right. Kicking a sugar habit is challenging, even for the most strong-willed among us. See, research has found that sugar tricks your brain into wanting more and more of it. And we've talked about those dopamine receptors, just like cocaine. Your body just wants more. But there's good news. A little sweetness is okay. Emphasize on little. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar a day for women. Also okay, the sugar found in whole foods like fruit and veggies, says Kimber Stanhope, a nutritional biologist at the University of California, Davis. These naturally occurring sugars come packaged with good-for-you vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other nutrients. Finally, some truth, right? I'm so glad they recognize the benefits. But if you can dial back your intake of added sugar, she says, you'll start to rack up some amazing health benefits. In fact, the perks of less sugar life are so good, they may help motivate you to try and cut it out. Now, this challenge only asks you to do it for one day. And one day will definitely get someone noticing because you'll be reaching for stuff every second. And if you're reading the labels, you may become acutely aware of how much added sugar there is in like everything. So it's definitely worth a day, but it will take much longer than a day to get the rhythm and get the benefits. Okay. They do have a quiz that says, are you eating too much sugar? Take the quiz to find out. 1 second, I'm just saying, this is by Health Magazine, okay. And that's a cute little video on hidden sugars. But even if it's cute, I need it to stop, right? I need it to stop. Okay, let's see. Okay, no. I was going to look at that quick survey, but no. They're secretly taking me into just more and more, and I don't have time for more and more. Okay, so it says that how did I blow that? The perks of less sugar life are so good that they may help motivate you to try to cut it mostly out. Okay, they're just being realistic. Okay, get ready for younger looking skin. The sugar in your diet affects the amount of sugar in your bloodstream. This is the important part right here. It affects the sugar in your bloodstream. And studies suggest that high blood sugar levels, glucose, right, set up a molecule domino effect called glycation. Don't confuse that with glycogen. Glycation, as in your glycogen goes on vacation. It's not good. That high blood sugar level set up a molecular domino effect called glycogen. Say what? That's just a fancy term for a process that can hinder the repair of your skin's collagen, the protein that keeps it looking plump. A diet full of treats. I cannot win technically right now, but bear with me because it's good information. Hi, I want to get back to the article. Okay, I am tired, and I already admitted that, but it's not just me. It is not just me. I have one of those touchscreen computers, and it has a mind of its own, and yeah, it was going a little crazy on me. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, a diet full of treats can also lead to reduced elasticity and premature wrinkles. Thankfully, research suggests that slashing your sugar intake can help lessen sagging and other visible signs of aging. Yay, God. So a reversal right there. All right, number 2, score lasting energy. Added sugars are simple carbohydrates. This means they're digested fast and enter your bloodstream quickly, providing that familiar rush. But once the shot of sugar is metabolized, you're in for a crash. You may be riding this energy roller coaster all day, since added sugar is hiding in countless sneaky places, even salad dressing and barbecue sauce, straight up. When you eat foods high in protein and healthy fat instead, high in protein, and you know I can't really agree with that, right? I'm a 10% protein girl. High in protein and healthy fats instead, such as a handful of almonds, they'll supply you with a steadier stream of energy that lasts longer. Nice. Number 3, say bye-bye to abdominal fat. Yes, please. Everyone knows that a daily sugary soda habit can pack on the pounds, especially in the tummy area. But what you may not realize are the potential risks associated with abdominal fat. Trying to think of what that fat was called, because it is bad. I'm sure they'll have that term in here. I know what it's called. Come on. Visceral? Visceral. It's the fat that pads the organs. Sugary fair spikes sugary, oh, okay, forgive me, I'm reading it wrong. No, I'm reading it right. Sugary fare, meaning the collection of sugar-filled trees. Sugary fare spikes your blood sugar, triggering a flood of insulin through your body, which over time encourages fat to accumulate around your middle. Known as visceral fat. Ta-da! These fat cells deep in the abdomen are the riskiest kind because they generate adipokines and adipose hormones, chemical troublemakers that travel to your organs and blood vessels, where they bring on inflammation that can contribute to conditions like heart disease and cancer. So when you cut back on pop and desserts, you'll start reducing belly fat and the dangerous conditions that come with it. I'm all in. I am all in. Drop extra pounds. Increased insulin levels don't just add pounds to your stomach. They put fat cells all over your body into calorie storage overdrive. I don't feel like reading all the technicals. I call insulin the miracle grow for your fat cells. The miracle grow, that is bad. It's just not the sort of miracle you want happening in your body. Replacing refined carbs, which is a hyperlink, and sugary foods in your diet with healthy fats, again a hyperlink, helps keep your insulin stable. He says so fewer calories get stored as fat. As a result, hunger decreases, metabolism speeds up, and you can lose weight with less struggle. Reduce your risk for diabetes. Since having fewer sweets helps you keep off excess pounds, you'll also be more protected against type 2 diabetes, but eating less sugar also lowers your risk of the disease in another way. A diet with lots of fast digesting carbohydrates like sugar requires the pancreas to release lots of insulin, meal after meal, day after day. That excessive demand may overtax insulin-producing cells, causing them to malfunction, eventually leading to diabetes. Set your ticker up for success. Good heart health helps you power through everything from intense spin classes to late-night work deadlines. But fueling up with cookies and caramel lattes doesn't do your heart any favors. Research suggests added sugar can take a real toll on the cardiovascular system. A 2014 study revealed that people who consume 17 to 21% of their daily calories from the sweet stuff had a 38% higher risk of dying from heart disease compared with those who kept their added sugar intake to 8% of their daily calories. The bottom line, cutting back now will pay off big time later. So I was thinking between 17% and 21%, let's just pretend it's 20%. And then let's just pretend that a standard diet is 2,000 calories. That's 400 calories in a day from sugar. Like, do you know how many times I only ate sugar for 3 weeks at a time? One processed nightmare to another and no recognizable food in between. I owe my body an apology. Sorry, body. I'm back. I'm wanting to do this. I'm back. Anyway, it's all good. When I think about the serenity prayer, and God grant me the serenity to accept things that cannot change, I can't change the darkness I just walked through. I can't change the weight that I just put on. I can't change the insanity that I fell prey to. So the courage to change the things I can. My courage right now is to show up to 90 meetings in 90 days in the 12-step program. My courage right now is to say out loud what my struggle was and to be honest about it. My courage right now is to pre-prep my meals, to say no to the nonsense and just be well a day at a time. And so my wisdom to know the difference is knowing how I can empower myself and what ways can I be empowered. And those are some of the ways. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys a little bit. You just need to make it through one day. I just encourage you, if you really are a person still into the sugar, just for one day, read the labels. Just for one day, take a moment to to recognize your truth and how often you're thinking of sugar and how often you're reaching for sugar. And then you might recognize that it really is a problem for you. And my greatest thing, which has been helping me the most, is just ensuring that I'm getting enough sweets through fruit specifically. I've just been adding a lot of fruit, whole fruit with the fiber, not juices. And it's been keeping my desire to binge at bay. Another thing is I stopped intermittent fasting because it was keeping me binge prone. So I decided that I'm just going to eat on my plan. And, for most people, the body needs at least 12 hours. So 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night. It's a 12-hour window, but I never exceed it. And for right now, that's where I need to be. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. I'm so glad you're here. There's a chance I'll show up and do another video tomorrow. I may very well do one the next day too. But for right now, I just wanted to let you know tomorrow's intention, which is to just stay off sugar for one full day, and the next day intention, which is to write 5 goals that you have for the coming year. No pressure. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.